All right, welcome, welcome, welcome. I am James Alva Jr., co-founder and CEO of Kabila. Kabila is an inclusive co-founder matching app and global community for tech startup founders. And we just finished TechStars Austin, and we're building out a prototype for our co-founder matching app, and we have this amazing community. And today we're having an important conversation. I'm going to bring Matt up here. Matt, what's going on, buddy?
Hey, how's it going?
So Matt, how do I pronounce your last name? DeCorcel? Is that
D Corcel, yeah.
DeCorcel?
I
So
think the,
Matt
the
D.
French pronounce it De Corcel, but we over here in
See,
America pronounce
I
it D
mean, I had French in seventh, eighth, and ninth grade, so I know it's DeCorcel. All right. So so Matt, I met Matt. I was going through TechStars Austin, and Matt's the CEO and founder or co-founder. I think you're co-founder, right?
Co-founder, yep.
CEO and co-founder of Paper Street, paperstreet.vc. And so today we're going to be talking with Matt about what Paper Street is. It's an investor update platform. And I asked Matt to come and talk about, three tips to send better investor updates. And look, like I get it, like this is not the sexy stuff. This is not how to raise $1 million in a million days. That would not be sexy. That would be ridiculous. But you get the point. So this is not like how to get to the bag, but this is like Jedi stuff. This is like ninja stuff. And this is one of the things that when I was going through Techstars Austin, that they drilled in our heads about the importance of sending regular investor updates. And I know Matt said he's got this long list of like 10 things that he's not going to go into that you could do to send better updates. But it's really important to tap into this. If you guys are listening to the sound of our voice out here, drop in the comments, let us know where you're coming in from. Put your questions in there. We're going to do our best to get to them. So what is up, Matt? How are you, man?
I'm doing well. How are you guys?
Good. Hey, Lashonda, let us know where you're coming in from. Doing great, buddy. So let's. So all right, I got a couple questions for you here, but I'm just gonna ask a couple basic things. I'm just gonna let you do what you do because I know you eat, sleep, and breathe this. Did you go through Techstars by any chance?
Yeah, I did. We went through the blockchain accelerator back in 2019. It was the first blockchain accelerator anyone had done. We ended up pivoting towards investor updates during the program. Originally built an ICO crowdfunding platform, raised about $3 million for different projects. One of them was extremely successful years later, the Akomi project. But yeah, we ended up pivoting mainly because the ICO space died, and we saw investor updates as a huge opportunity to help founders and sort of build a network of companies that send regular investor updates to help them get more exposure and noticed by the investment community. And so that's kind of the birth of Paper Street. Yeah, it's been almost 4 years now. It'll be 4 years um, since we started. Yeah, I guess next year
So
since we
when did you
started
pivot?
working on. Yeah, so we pivoted March of 2019. We started the program in February. I sort of knew coming into the program we were going to have to make some pretty big changes, and rolled out investor updates. We used Techstars as some of our first like main clients. It was a great distribution channel for us, and have sort of just been growing since. We've sent over 1.2 or delivered over 1.2 million investor updates to investors, family members. People send their updates to a lot of different people, but yeah,
Yeah,
we've been growing since then.
amazing, man. So hey, Jacqueline. Jacqueline, let us know where you're coming in from. Caleb Martinez on the call. So Caleb's my CTO as
Nice to
well.
meet you, Caleb.
Yeah, we'll have to make sure you get to meet Caleb, Matt. Um, so man, that's amazing. So you pivoted within a month of getting into Techstars. Right. I don't want to go down the rabbit hole. So let's talk about investor updates, why they matter. So so it's funny. Like I saw this on Twitter, and I'm curious to know if you agree with this right here.
Hmm.
So strong correlation, well-written regular investor updates, and having a successful run with your startup. Why? Because you're a doer. You know how to prioritize and present things, and you keep your network
Yep.
close. All keys to success. And that's from Gail, from Gale Force VC.
Yep.
I see a lot of investors on Twitter talking about the importance of investor updates. So like, why do you think they're important? Like, how do you send good investor updates? Like, what do you think?
Yeah, so I do think there is a correlation between companies that find success in writing regular updates. I think it really shows you as a committed and sort of organized entrepreneur. It's a lot of things like, some of these soft skills that I think a lot of investors look for in people. But yeah, I think they're extremely important. And one of the things that, one, you're going to have to do it either way. Like, you raise a VC round, they're going to want to understand what the hell is going on in the company, no matter what. Your angel investors, they're going to want to know. And if you are trying to manage all of them individually by getting on calls constantly and just telling them what's going on and whatever, it is, I mean, you're not going to have time to do anything else. So we sort of built a platform that makes the whole process easy, and helped you sort of start to build a regular cadence of sending updates, usually for like a pre-seed, seed round, even into Series A. You're gonna want to put these things out monthly. And some of the reasons why you should be doing that is, one, obviously you want to keep your current investors up to date. But I think one of the most important reasons to do it is a great way to help raise your next round of funding. So you're going to meet a lot of investors. A lot of investors are going to say no. But what you can do is start sending them regular updates on like a monthly cadence. Don't even ask for their permission, in my opinion. They can just unsubscribe if they want. But start pushing out updates regularly.
Bro, I love the gangster of that. Like, I'm just gonna add you to my list. You don't like it, just unsubscribe. I don't care.
Yeah, like, GFY, go fuck yourself.
I just right, just add it to the list. No, I get it. Like, so, but you said monthly, so this is
Yeah,
fascinating. So back in 2013, when I went to my first accelerator, my first failed startup,
right.
We Montage, I was sending quarterly investor updates back then. You
Hmm.
said monthly, but we went through Techstars just now, Techstars Austin. They were like
Weekly.
every week,
Yeah,
every single week, you should send an update. You're
for
like
sure.
monthly though.
Yeah. Well, I think, I mean, it all depends on you. I think at the latest, a month is good. While you're going through an accelerator, one thing you have to take into account is, you're doing a year or 2 years worth of work in 3 months. Putting out updates is, it's kind of the standard when you're going through an accelerator on a weekly basis. But typically, when you leave the program, they're going to want to, at least like Techstars and things, they're going to ask for monthly updates. And I think monthly is a good cadence, post accelerator, and up until you're probably like through a Series A or something. But what you're really doing is, like, as you're meeting investors along the way, just add them to your list and then start pushing out updates. And even if they say no, they could start to see a trend across your updates, see, the progress you're making, talk about the goals that you want to do each month, and then recap those goals the next month so that you're able to show that you're establishing traction. You are, you're saying you're going to do something and then you actually get it done. All those things are really important, I think, in an investor update. And then keep it concise.
Yeah.
Like, do not write a freaking novel, dude. No one's gonna read it. I literally, like, our updates are all written in bullet points. And then like our platform gives you a template that you can sort of start working off of. You can
Yeah.
configure it however you want, but keep it concise. Use bullet points a lot, and then use charts and graphs. Like, show your metrics, show the things that you care about the most. Point out, like, this is our North Star metric. This is the thing the one thing that we're really focused on. And if this number keeps going up, then everything, is going to be good in the company. Try to figure out what that
Yeah.
is.
Let me stop you for a
Yeah.
second because I have horrible ADHD and if I don't get it out, I'm gonna forget. But you said
Oh,
a
same
company,
here, man.
bro. The older I get, I feel like the worse it's getting. It's crazy. But you said something about see, I already forgot what it was because I was listening to you talk. But
Oh, so.
shit, I just forgot what you were talking. It'll come back to me while you're talking. But so I'll just say, you know, so yeah, so we're sending these things weekly, and so Kabila is still pre-product, pre-revenue, and we're building our MVP. And so I was just talking with Caleb this morning, in our stand up in our KPI meeting, like, what do we want to include in the investor update this week? Like, I'm like, maybe we should move to a monthly because we don't have our prototype in hands yet. We're still building. I don't feel like I have a whole lot of substantial things to tell people right now, but I know if
Yeah.
Amos Schwartzfarb, my managing director from Austin,
He's
heard me
a
say
great
this.
guy. Super. He's one of the best managing
Listen,
directors at Techstars. Yeah, for sure.
He is one of the best humans.
He's a great guy.
I've never met anybody like Amos, man.
Yeah.
Just a remarkable human. And so the other thing, so let's get into, like, so you talked, so were those your tips? You were kind of rattling them all off.
Yeah, sorry.
Tip number one.
Tip number one, be concise. Send them tip number two, send them regular, on a specific cadence, like almost like make it, the day, like people should start to expect that they're getting these things regularly.
Right.
That's how a good cadence for sending investor updates. Yeah, use charts and graphs, make it appealing, share your metrics.
Right. Okay,
use bullet points.
So
yeah.
Pause that for 1 second. So I want to try to share my screen really quickly.
Yeah.
And I want to show, how do I share the screen with these two monitors? Don't show this again. Hang on a second. See, I'm ham and egging it over here, guys. I'm sorry because it's just me doing this. But can you see this screen here? Techstars minimum viable update.
Yep.
So this is
from our competitor.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh shit!
It's all right.
So finally from
Techstars has
Techstars
actually asked them to take this down, but I don't think.
Oh, holy cow! Let's take it down. Anyway, key metrics, cash on hand. I'm so sorry about that. And key problems.
Oh, it's all right. It's all right.
Yeah, I did not know that. I will take that down. How do I stop sharing this?
Totally cool.
Stop sharing. There we go. All right. Sorry about that. Yeah. But anyway.
Yeah, you could pull up like a blank one of our updates, and I could talk about some of the sections we include.
Oh, cool. Where would I find that? Just go to Paper Street.
So yeah, if you log into Paper Street and then just compose a new update, just a blank one. I guess not blank, but using the investor update template.
Yeah, so I'll log into my account here and I'll go updates and create up. So
based on with the template, don't choose blank, otherwise it'll be completely blank.
So okay, so go home. So the templates are where? Where do I click the template? So hang on, I'm going to share my screen again.
Compose. Yeah.
Hang on a second. I'm going to share my screen again.
Oh, no worries.
This is good. Share screen. And don't judge me because I have so many tabs open. I don't want to hear it.
Yeah, just click the little compose, like little pencil thing on the left-hand side there. The blue button. Yep. Okay. And then just go new investor update.
New.
Nope. Yeah. There you go.
Okay.
Just give it a second. There's a lot of cool.
Yep.
Okay, so yeah, this is our basic investor update template. We really tried to streamline the whole process of writing these things. Like, you can't even change the text size. Like we don't want you to get caught up in doing a lot of the things that don't matter. But
you can or cannot. You said change the text size.
You cannot.
That's good.
Yeah. You can do like underline, bold, stuff like that.
Yep.
Few different colors, but okay. So we start from the top. Shout outs, for example.
Yep.
All the mentors, all the people helping you out, give them a shout out. All the people that are helping you along the way, write a shout out. Here you can sort of have an intro. Hey everyone, this is our December investor update. Yada yada yada.
Yeah. So can I tell you what I do? So this is
yeah, for sure.
I'm sorry. So at the top, I put a TLDR with a couple bullet points.
Yep.
TLDR right underneath this. I put a TLDR. Boom, boom, boom. Whatever's down underneath here, I just put 1, 2, 3, 4 bullet points right at the top.
Yeah, we do the same exact thing.
They can read or not if they want to.
Yeah, and you could even create a new section for your TLDR. I don't know if you do that already.
Oh, I did it. How would I do that? Using text?
Yeah. Go down, scroll down. Yeah, create new section.
Okay. And
then you could be
TLDR?
Yep. You put an emoji in there too if you want. Up to you.
Category.
Yeah, I'd probably go with like other on this one.
So create section. Okay.
And then it'll show up at the bottom.
Right there.
You can drag it up to the top up here. Yep.
Oh, that's so good. Awesome. Love that.
Well,
Look at you.
a little too
Look at you
far.
saving
Yeah,
time.
maybe above shout outs.
Yes, maybe above shouts. Look at that.
There you go.
Boom. Yes. I love that.
And
Thank you for
then, yeah,
helping with
you could
that.
have an intro and then, TLDR, summarize the update in a few bullet points,
Yes.
shout outs, give shout outs to your mentors, people.
Love that.
Yeah.
So our Paper Street updates we have a 72% open rate.
Yeah.
Just FYI. So let me stop screening this. Share this. Anybody? So somebody said. Kimberly says I just discovered Paper Street um, today, preparing for a year-end update. Perfect. All right, Kimberly.
Great.
Well, good news for you. So Kimberly, you can drop in the chat. Did you get on the free tier, the paid tier? Because actually, at the end of this, we're going to have a 50% coupon for you. So one thing I wanted to say is you talked about how this can help you raise money. It literally can. So my first startup, again, back in 2013, I was sending quarterly updates. We were struggling really badly. Then one day out the blue, I got an email from our angel investor that said, hey, we love your leadership. We want to give you another $100,000. This is, mind you, this is after, we were running out of cash because when we launched the product, we had to, the code was so unstable. It was cute for showing demos, right? But once we turned it on, it was so unstable. We had to pull the whole thing apart, make it modular and stabilize it. And by the time we got that done, we were almost out of money. And this is after he told me, raise your hand if you're an entrepreneur and you've heard this before. We don't want to throw good money after bad.
For sure.
Yo, like that's so hurtful, man. But they came back because I was regularly sending those updates. They saw how hard I was grinding. I was dogged. I was focused. I was committed. It showed up in my updates. And he was like, we like your leadership. Here's another $100,000.
Yeah.
So
absolutely.
Here's another comment. I've been using Paper Street updates through Build and Tulsa Techstars. Also, fantastic. Thanks so much for letting us know that, Jamila. All right. So I have a couple more questions for you, my dude. I got them written down. We already talked about what you should include. So what's the cost of the platform? How does it work?
Yeah, so we have a free tier to use Paper Street. You can send up to 100 to 150 email recipients per month, and that's a rolling month. So if you send it, the middle of this month, and you go try to send another update before the end of that month, and maybe it's over 100, between the two. So yeah, you also you don't get full email analytics on the free tier. But you can send updates, you can have unlimited contacts in the system. It's really just based on how many updates you push out through the platform. On top of that, Paper Street's also like a network, kind of like the old AngelList. Investors on the platform can sort of discover your company if you're public. They can see
I wonder what that was.
your profile.
I saw that.
Yeah. People can connect with you, so they can actually click the connect button, send you a little message, and then you can easily just add them to your investor update list if you want.
I had one person do that for us like 2 weeks ago.
Nice.
Requested to be added. So I didn't. I was like, what is this? I was like, okay, I just added them. That's so good to know.
Yeah, some founders are a little timid about sending their investor updates to too many people. Honestly, investors get so many of these things pretty regularly. It's and if you're really worried about competition stealing your ideas and things like that, like I personally am in the camp of just push these updates out to as many people as you can, mainly because it's going to help you a lot more than it's going to hurt you, in my opinion. But it's up to you. And our platform allows you to also duplicate updates, so you could write one update for your current investors that's a little more detailed, gets into the fine-grained things, duplicate that update, and then kind of pull out the things you don't want to share with everybody else, and then send that to all your prospective investors, all the people that said no that you met, maybe in some of your mentors, things like that, if you're nervous about information going out.
No, I'm glad you brought that up, because if once you're beyond the super early stage, you have financials, you don't want to disclose that information to just random people. You have just for your specific investors that you may want to share some of that more sensitive stuff with. That's really good. So we had
and sorry, and I forgot to add, and we're $49 a month, but yeah, we'll give you a 50% off code I guess, at the end of this, and that'll last for a year.
Yes,
So
that's so good.
that'll be
So good.
24.50 if you wanted to, use our
That's so
premium
good.
service. Yeah.
That's so good. No, so see, I need to see, I was remiss. I was supposed to create a banner for this one, but I didn't create the banner for it. So
Okay.
so let me ask you a question while you're talking. I'm gonna um so we talked about how it can lead to getting additional capital. Like how often are you seeing that happening for founders on the platform who are using the tool and sending out the updates regularly? Are they pinging back to you and say, hey, this is so great because I'm doing this and sending these things regularly? It actually
Yeah.
helped me raise more money. Like how much are you seeing that?
We see it all the time, to be honest. Obviously we don't know when exactly everybody raises because, we don't have access to cap tables and things like that. And
Right.
nor do I like read, sensitive updates that are sent through our platform.
Right.
But, we hear about it, from customers all the time, like in our intercom chat. And,
Hmm.
we try to build relationships with all the founders on our platform. We understand, we know, like, this is my fourth company. I know how hard the grind is of building a
Yeah.
business. So, yeah, I think it's just one of those things that gets overlooked, but doing it regularly is dramatically going to increase your chances of raising maybe your first round or some of your future rounds by just showing the dedication, the commitment to the project, being transparent about what the hell is going on in the company, asking for help. I think in updates too, we have like an ask section. Ask, for the hardest things that you're having problems with, like, that's where you can put it out in your update.
Yes.
And you don't know, like, who knows who, all the time. So, they might end up forwarding your update to somebody that, can potentially help you solve those problems, or another investor that maybe is a better fit for your company.
100%.
Um,
Dude, this is awesome. Like, I don't feel like I need to ask you any questions because you're answering all my questions. And so this is funny. So Jamil was like, did you ever remember your question? I don't think so. I'm not sure. My ADHD is horrible, but he's been blowing through all the questions I had written down, Jamila. So
sorry.
I'm sure he probably already
I've,
covered
I've,
it.
done, I've done these calls so many times. So.
He's probably already covered it. But look, I think so. Folks, if you have any questions, like please drop them in the chat. I think the main thing here, y'all, is this is not the sexy stuff, but this is the stuff that's going to build your credibility and help you get to the back. So look, like I send these updates all the time, every week. I just told you, and like I feel like I'm screaming into the void most weeks, with the exception of a couple of a couple of the CEOs who went through my TechStars class with me. Great update. I'm like, yay, somebody's paying attention. But but they are paying attention, right? And if we just keep staying consistent and showing the results, eventually, you know, we're going to be pleasantly surprised. Just like I told you, I didn't think anybody was really paying attention. We got an email, hey, we want to give you another $100,000. Again, we were struggling really bad back then. Um, they gave us $100,000 because he liked our leadership. So Jamela says, yes, I agree. Lots of great tips here. Awesome. So so look, Matt's here today. He's bearing gifts. So I'm going to drop this up on the screen for everybody. So this is streaming on our Facebook page, which I'm never on Facebook. I can't stand Facebook, but whatever. We're streaming on Facebook, LinkedIn Live here naturally, and also on Twitter. So he is bearing gifts. He's going to give you 50% off, but this thing expires in a week. It's an exploding offer. You got 1 week, right? 50% off. You said it's $49. So you get $24.50, $24.50 a month instead of $49 a month. Good for
Yep.
1 year, right? And the code
Yep.
is, you said Kaliba, you mean Kabila? I assume you
Oh,
meant.
shit.
Is it supposed to be Kabila? It's supposed to be Kabila, right?
All right, we could change it.
Can you change that now? Did you put
Yeah,
Khalifa
yeah,
in your system?
I did. I'm so sorry. Uh,
All
that one
right.
will work too, but Kabila.
Kaboko is Kabila 2020. Look at me on the fly making these changes, baby. so,
So sorry. My
it's,
bad.
it's all good, man.
It's for that.
So,
It's for that
so
visible VC.
apologies, bro. Sorry. Somebody posted something about that in a comment. I didn't put it up there. I didn't want to do you like that again.
Yeah.
So she said, let's see. Sneha, who's in our Kabila community, would you happen to have recommendations on how to get feedback on these updates? If you're sharing enough, too much, too less, etc. That's a great question.
Yeah. Do you happen to recommendations on how to get feedback on these updates? Yeah. Make them engaging. Ask questions. If you want, you want people to respond. If you just like, put information in their face and don't really make it engaging, asks are like a really great way to get people to actually respond, give you feedback on the updates. And then if you're sharing enough, too much or too less, I think that just comes with time, to be honest. Just try to make it like a 3 to 5 minute read at most. And just use bullet points. Like every single thing you want to say, put it in a bullet point. It'll keep you from making things a little bit too lengthy and so forth.
Yeah, no, I think that's right, man. Let me see if how I feel about sharing one of our like our last Kabila update. See how I feel about this. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead. If Caleb is gonna maybe smack me, I don't know, but I'm gonna share my most recent update with everybody from last week. Short to the point, just to prove out what he's saying here. Can you see that?
Yep.
So this is our update from last week. He's our TLDR, but thank you for letting me know I can add a section there, so I'll put that right there, so I don't have to fool with that. What we're doing from an achievement standpoint. We put a link to our Figma mockup video here that Caleb's building. We had a couple of announcements. We're doing some events. We had an event. We have one conversation coming up with JP Morgan. We do.
I love your use of bolding here too, as well.
Oh, you like that?
Yeah.
Thank you. Right, got to make it easy for people to read. So we had a conversation with Daryl Frater from Visible Hands VC about their new 500K BIPOC accelerator. I don't know how I didn't add you in this one, bro. I'm so sorry about that. Apologies. So, we talked about how since we're out of Techstars, we're focused on growing our founder community. He talked about visuals, right? Data, charts. So
metrics.
Metrics. We dropped this here to show that, since we've been focused on it in the last couple of weeks, things have been improving, but we still have room to grow here in terms of number of members, etc. And that's it. Like simple to the point. It's not too much stuff because nobody wants to read a novel, right? That's our last week's Kabila investor update.
Yeah.
Short to the point.
Yeah, and so you've been doing them weekly?
I have been
still doing weekly. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, one thing that you also have to take into account, like investor fatigue. So if you're sending out weekly, a lot of times it can just be a lot for them to really absorb, and you're probably going to get better attention like at this stage now that you're out of a Techstars program. If you revert monthly to like a monthly,
okay,
or bi-weekly. We've seen some people do bi-weekly. Another thing that I've seen really successful founders do is they put the title instead of like Kabila update, it'll be like I don't know, something like the most exciting thing that they want to share, like as the title of the update too.
Is that so in the subject of the email or?
Yeah. Okay, basically, so, the title is the subject when you send that update out.
Oh, fantastic! Oh, that's so good. All right, good, man. So this is great. So everybody, you get 50% off. So you can save $24.50 a month for 1 year, but this is only good for a week. So if you like Paperstreet, I would encourage you to use it. Like I use it. Sneha said, thank you so much for sharing that. Got some great ideas here. But we use this thing every week. I think I'm going to be switching to a monthly cadence. I don't know. I got to talk this over with Caleb right now. Yeah, I'm going to run it by the Techstars people too, because I feel like.
Well, I mean, you put push out weekly to mentors and things, but maybe your prospective investors, put them, sum everything up in like a monthly update.
Yeah.
Up to you.
I think there's an opportunity to rethink some of this as well. But look, everybody, I hope this was helpful. Again, not the sexy stuff, but it's a way to establish credibility. And look, I say this all the time. Every time I have these conversations with y'all, investors invest in lines, not dots.
Yep.
Right? If you have a prospective investor, they don't know you. You don't just get to show up and get to the bag. That's not how that typically works, right? But if you add them to your investor list, like Matt said, don't ask for permission, just put the name on the investor list. Right? I mean, I've asked for permission from everybody. I've never had anybody say no. And so far, only had one person unsubscribe from it.
Nice.
And I told you we have a 72% up in
Open rate over all your
right?
updates for sure.
Right. So, and I know they read them because I mean, so David Cohen, Techstars co-founder, is on here. You might got a good relationship with David. I posted something 2 weeks ago. It was important, and he sent me an email. I responded. He said, "What happened to this? I thought blah 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 was blah blah blah." I'm like, "Yeah." So people are reading these things, right?
Oh, for sure.
So that's it. This is great, Matt. Thank you so much for taking time. And again, here's a code, 50% off. If you go to paperstreet.vc to learn more, right? You set up an account, use the code Kabila 2020. Did you change that on your back end? It was Kaliba.
Yeah, I did.
I saw you typing. I think that's true.
But both of them work. But
oh,
yeah.
okay, but we don't care about Kaliba. We don't know what Kaliba is over here.
Sorry, I'm so sorry,
bro. It's all good. Just like I put your computer up on the screen. I apologize. I just saw Techstars. I was like, oh, let's put this. He's like, yeah, no, let's not do that. So, we got a coupon for y'all here. So Jacqueline said this was helpful. Of course, Jacqueline, we love us some Jacqueline. She's a beloved member of of my communities, both of my communities. So that's it. So Matt, so stick around for a few minutes. Caleb, if you're listening, I'm gonna shoot you a text message with the hop in the studio so you can meet Matt as well. But thanks everybody for coming through. We appreciate you. I have another one of these things coming up on Thursday with Tanaka Mawindi, who is the investment associate from Techstars New York City, powered by JP Morgan Accelerator. It's an AMA. You can ask her anything. The application is open right now. You can visit joinkabila.com, get on our wait list. Caleb, my CTO, is working on our prototype. We're going to have probably something you can hop on and knock around in the next 2 weeks. By Christmas, and then hop into our community. It's $19.79 a month. We have amazing things going on in our community for you, and I know you will love it. Like, we pay for fundamental therapy. We have a partnership with Wiggin and Dana, massive law firm. Every month we give free legal services, business legal services to minority and women founders in our community. Last month, Andrea Bryce from Willowfin, she got like $15,000 approved for $15,000 of free legal services. You don't think that can help a startup founder? It's crazy. Awesome. Yeah. All right, man. So that's us. We're out of here. Thanks, Matt. Hang on, Matt. See y'all later. See you next time. Cheers.
Bye, everybody.